Flav City family members, what is up? It is Art and Bobby back in the grocery store, and we're gonna stick in the middle aisles for this kind of video because I wanna talk all about sugar and how we eat too much sugar, especially white processed refined sugar, and how we can avoid it at the grocery store. So I wanna go through some of the most popular items we might eat every day and show you just how much sugar might be luring and hiding in there. But more importantly, once we identify that and we train your eye to look for it, I wanna give you an alternative. Because I don't wanna say, hey, that's bad. You're eating sugar, you're gonna get sick, and you're gonna get fat, and then leave you in a lurch. I wanna give you an alternative to buy and eat instead. Before we get rocking and rolling, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, share, all those good things. But the most important thing is there's a bell icon right below the video. Enable all notifications, because every single week, we can have 5 to 7 videos going live, including the live stream on Friday, which is a lot of fun, and you don't wanna miss out. Okay, let's start with cereals. Look at this big wall of cereals here, Art. This is a minefield, you guys, because cereals can be loaded with sugars. Cereals can be loaded with grains and simple grains. You know what happens when you combine sugar and grains? It makes you fat and sick. I'm serious, it really does. It also spikes your blood sugar, can make you pre-diabetic, not the kind of stuff you want to eat. So what do we look for? We look for ingredients and sugar levels. I'm gonna pick up something that I don't eat, right? Honey Nut Cheerios here. Now let's first go to here. We're gonna see it's 12 grams of added sugar. Always look at added sugar because there could be natural sugar in ingredients. And this is in a 1 cup portion. So 12 grams, we look at the ingredients here. So, I mean, I do love the fact they're doing whole grain oats. It's not organic, which is a bummer, but it's called honey nut, right? They're using refined sugar. They're using GMO cornstarch. There's the honey, it's not high quality honey. There's brown sugar, there's canola oil. So if this is the kind of stuff you're eating, I really don't want you eating it anymore because number one, it's mostly processed refined sugar, right? There's brown sugar and cane sugar. You see honey here, it's not gonna be a high quality honey source. We've talked about this before, but watch the documentary on Netflix called Rotten. Go to the honey episode. China has infiltrated our market with inferior honey that's cut with rice bran syrup, or rice syrup. It's really bad news. So this is not the kind of stuff you wanna eat. And I really recommend you look at the stuff in your cupboard because we're shopping in a place today like Whole Foods, which doesn't have the kind of cereals that Art and I grew up, like Cookie Crisp, Count Chocula, stuff that's really dessert, and I don't know why people thought it was okay to have chocolate chip cookies for breakfast, but that stuff is bad. So what do you do instead? Well, this is one place to start, and when I was a kid, I used to crush grape nuts with a passion. Why? Because, number one, look at the added sugars here. 0, a big fat honkin' 0. And look at the ingredients. It's whole grains, which is what you want, and then barley, and luckily it's non-GMO, but that doesn't really matter with wheat. The only knock on this is it's not organic, and wheat can be heavily sprayed. So that being said, if I had a choice of this or like Cheerios or Honey Nut Cheerios or Frosted Flakes, I would get this in a heartbeat because you're not getting those added sugars. And when you eat grains like cereal, you have to eat whole grains. Whole grains are the complete grain. Whole grains don't spike your blood sugar as much. So this is a great place to start. But I see out of the corner of my eye, another one that is so much better. Let's check it out. Here it is. Check it out, Art. This is Ezekiel Food for Life cereal. Now you might know this name because they make the best in class sprouted bread. After this video, watch our bread review. We talk about sprouted bread and why you want it. The same pertains to cereal. Check this out. This is the Golden Flax cereal, and it's next level ingredients. So number one, everything is USDA organic. That means a lot. But look, sprouted wheat. Look at that, Golden Flax, sprouted barley. This is next level. We go to sugars, a big fat honkin' 0. So this is whole grains, 0 sugar and sprouted. Sprouted is the king of the hill because when you sprout grains, more nutrition is derived from your body from sprouted grains, and they're easier on your tum-tum to digest. Winner, winner, breakfast, dinner. This is what you want. They also make the almond one here, and that one is clean as can be too. So these are great. If you don't have access to these at your local store, I'll put Amazon links down below. I have to put it back perfectly because I know a lot of Flav City family members get upset when I don't put things back perfectly. Now the engine firefighter guy is trying to make me look bad here. Okay, there we go. If you want another one that is a healthier version of Raisin Bran, check it out. This is Cascadian Farm. It's organic, which is really nice. Look at the sugars here. We see 7 grams. Now I'm gonna say 7 grams for That's a big portion. Wouldn't you agree, Art? A cup and a quarter is big. I'm gonna say that's your limit, y'all. No, any more than 7 is not what you wanna see. The thing is, they're not using a great sweetener. They're using white sugar. It is organic. But if you want baby steps, because not everyone can go straight to like the grape nuts or the Ezekiel, because it's like a healthier kind of bland taste, this is what you want to get there because it's not coated in that white refined sugar like the traditional Raisin Bran is, and it's organic and it's way less sugar. So I just want to let you know when it comes to cereal, that's what you want to look for. Now, you might be putting over milk or alternative milk, like in my house, we don't eat or drink any dairy. Anytime you buy any kind of non-dairy milk, please get unsweetened. Otherwise, the sugars can really get jacked up there. And I actually don't even buy vanilla because they use natural flavorings. And if you're thinking about your kiddies, what kind of chocolate milk is for them? There's no chocolate milk on the market. So this is pea milk, which I like. It's good for you. It's good for toddlers. But you guys, a 1 package, 8-ounce serving has 17 grams of added sugar. Do we know how much sugar that is? 17 grams of sugar is over 4 teaspoons. Think about this. 4 teaspoons of white sugar in 1 serving. You don't want to be giving that to your kid. It's going to spike their blood sugar. They're going to go crazy and bounce off the walls. Bad, bad news. And the same thing applies to oatmeal over there. Get plain organic oatmeal, none of the sweetened stuff. So that's it for this aisle. Let's move on to another one. We all know soda, or if you're from the Midwest, pop, is a sugar bomb, right? But do you realize how big of a sugar bomb it is? So I'll pick up something that looks like it's a craft soda. This is Virgil's handcrafted orange. Here's the deal. This scares me, you guys. When I look at the sugar here, and this is only added sugar, it's 42 grams of added sugar. The rest of the ingredients here, natural flavors. I don't even care about that. I care about this. 42 grams of added sugar in a 12-ounce bottle is over 10 teaspoons of white cane sugar. The average American eats about 19.5 grams, or 19.5 teaspoons of sugar a day, right? This right here is 10 in 1 serving. You know you're gonna drink all that. So what does that mean? We're very fortunate now that we have sugar-free sodas. This is one brand, check it out. This is Zevia. This is one sugar-free brand here. And this is the other one. Virgil also makes this. It's sugar-free root beer and sugar-free sodas. Now, that being said, I've talked about this in other videos. Even though they're sugar-free, they still have the dreaded natural flavors here. Every ingredient's gonna have natural flavors. But you guys, we talk about baby steps, right? So would I rather you have 10 teaspoons of sugar or 0 sugar sweetened with stevia and natural flavors? I'd rather you have the natural flavors because nothing exists on the market yet. So it's really easy. The thing is, I haven't had a soda in maybe 15 years. I've never tried the stevia or the Zevia, so if I'm gonna recommend it to you, I gotta make sure it tastes good. This is the cola. It's delicious. I can taste the stevia. It's a little different than the cane sugar, but that's fantastic. And this has 0 grams of sugar. So the choice is clear, you guys. Isn't that the Pepsi? It's clear. The choice of a new generation is Zevia. This is the choice of the new generation, not Pepsi or Pepsi Clear. Look for Zevia. They have it everywhere. If not, Virgil's sugar-free is at Trader Joe's. Just don't drink the traditional sodas. Drink the choice of a new generation, my generation. You'll be surprised how much sugar is in yogurt. I'm gonna pick up a random yogurt here. This is a raspberry flavored Greek yogurt here. Now, let's punch in here. There is how many grams of added sugar here? There's 9 grams of added sugar. What kind of sugar is it? It's cane sugar, right? So let's think once again, 9 grams of sugar. There's 4 grams in 1 teaspoon. So we're talking about over 2 teaspoons of white sugar in a 5.3 ounce serving. That's a lot of sugar. Plus, we've talked about this before. If you haven't watched our yogurt review video, when you add cane sugar to yogurt that has live and active cultures and probiotic bacteria, kills them. All the probiotic benefits are killed by the yogurt. So you're doing yourself a disservice for that, because that's why you eat yogurt, and you're having the sugar. Not good, right? So, what does that mean? Well, I want to show you something else. This is one of the most egregious offenders out there. This brand right here is basically dessert, right? So this is a larger container, it's 8 ounces, but you guys, I've never seen where is this? 14 grams of added sugar, a total of 28. Some of that's natural from the milk, but 14, that's over 3 teaspoons of sugar. So you gotta stay away from that. And it really chafes my behind when you see stuff for kids. This is organic whole milk. You wanna see organic with dairy, you wanna see whole milk because there's good omega-3 fatty acids. But why are you adding 4 grams of white cane sugar to a kid's portion that is so small? That's an extra teaspoon of white sugar for a little Timmy, a little Erica. I would not do that. I would actually trade out this brand. Actually, it's not dairy, but it's this cold pressed berry stuff here, and it's dairy free because they're using coconut milk. That's a way better option. But if they have organic plain, that's the way to go. I don't know if they have it here. When you're buying yogurt, buy plain yogurt. You can add your own honey, you can add your own stevia, monk fruit to it. That won't kill the probiotics. Ideally, you want to get organic, even better grass-fed. We have a whole video about that. But stay away from the sweetener one. You have too much sugar and you're killing the probiotics. It's really bad news. Let's talk about condiments for a second, specifically ketchup. Check this out. Ketchup is really scary. We think of the traditional ketchups and we think of something like Heinz. Now here at Whole Foods, they have the organic Heinz, which is nice, but that doesn't really mean much to me because I look at the sugar and it's 4 grams, so that's 1 teaspoon of added sugar per 1 tablespoon, and it's cane sugar, right? So come on, raise your hand if you use only 1 tablespoon of ketchup per serving. No one's hand's going up. You're gonna use 2 to 3 to 4. You can use up to 16 grams of white sugar on your ketchup, on your burger and fries. That's really bad, so it's simple. There's sugar-free paleo options here, and unfortunately they are a premium price, but something like Primal Kitchen, the new Primal, or Paleo Chef, any one of these is gonna be sugar-free, right? And the flavor is just as good. Primal Kitchen, which is one of my best in-class brands at the supermarket, relies on the natural sweetness of the tomatoes, and I believe these guys might use some date paste. Do they? Do they have pineapple? Good call. But we're talking about, it's so little, it's under 1 gram per serving. So just keep that in mind. I know what you're thinking. You might be like, yeah, but Heinz now makes the sugar-free, and they do, but look at the ingredients. It's made with sucralose, which is another word for Splenda, a man-made, chemically made sugar that is really bad for your brain and for your gut, so that's no good. Your other option, if you want to save more money, is make the Flav City sugar-free keto ketchup. I'll put that recipe down below. It is so good and way cheaper than buying the store-bought ones. Salad dressings. Look at the wall of salad dressings. Much like the cereal, it's almost as big of a minefield as the cereal because number one, a lot of these use low quality oils, something I just wouldn't put in my body, and a lot of them use sugar, way too much sugar. Case in point, I think this brand to me is the biggest offender at looking like a premium brand, but it's not. And this is scary. This is their blush wine vinaigrette with strawberries. The first ingredient, punch in there, is sugar, right? And then they're using canola oil, not expeller pressed, not non-GMO. But you guys, 9 grams of added sugar for 2 tablespoons, that's over 2 teaspoons of sugar. You're not gonna see too many that high, but when you get that level of sugar with that low quality fat, the combination of that is so bad for you, I can't even tell you. So what does that mean? Once again, the beauty of shopping here at Whole Foods, but even Walmart now has a good selection of Primal Kitchen, all of these, and I mean all. Look at this ranch dressing. They swap out the canola oil with heart-healthy avocado oil. They get rid of sugar and they put no sweetener. Everything's organic, everything's delicious. This is the kind of stuff you wanna eat. Another brand that's pretty much similar is Chosen Foods. They use avocado oil and it's very, very clean too. Great brand. And then you gotta give it up to the OGs, Bragg's, because even though there's no sugar in this ginger sesame dressing, Mr. and Mrs. Bragg, I wanna hug you because they are one of the only brands that use extra virgin olive oil as their fat, right? I know this is a sugar video, but look at any of the salad dressings in your cupboard, in your refrigerator, on the shelf. Canola, soy, all low quality. These guys don't sacrifice. So be careful when it comes to the sugar in your dressings, and look at the fat too while you're at it. Let's end the video on juice boxes for kids. If you remember the video the other week, the Flav City Short with Rose, we talked about juice boxes. You can go check it out. It's like a 4-minute video, but I would never give my kid these juice boxes because even if it is just pure apple juice, number one, it's highly pasteurized. At such high temperatures, you kill all of the enzymes or any living good nutrients in there, and you just have like vitamin C water. But also, sugar counts. So even though this is pure juice, there's a total of, can you see, 13 grams of sugar in a tiny box. So even though it's natural sugar from apples, sugar is sugar. I wouldn't want that in my kid's body because if it were cold pressed apple juice, well sure, it'd have some fiber in there and other nutrients, but this is just pasteurized sugar water at that point, and there's zero fiber in here. What's the point of drinking this? We talked about it in the video. I would go over to the fridge section and pick up one of these. This is cold pressed juice. It's not the same cold pressed juice you would get from the shop around the corner because this is high pressure pasteurized, which creates a little bit of heat, but not near the amount of heat that goes through. So this cold pressed cucumber, grapefruit, celery, green chard, lemon, kale has a whopping 0 grams of added sugar, but it has all the benefits of these ingredients here. This is the kind of stuff you want to give your kids. If you're a big kid, this is the kind of stuff you want to drink too. They have other flavors that have a little more sugar if you want to get some sweetness into your little Timmy and trick them, but this is what you want to drink, not this stuff right here. All right, you guys, so that is it. That is my rant about sugar and why we need to limit or eliminate it from our diet, because the US estimates that by the year 2050, 1 out of 3 people is gonna have diabetes. That's completely unsustainable from a healthcare standpoint and a financial standpoint. That's crazy. But now we live in a time, 2020, where there's never been more low to no sugar and sugar alternatives out there. Heck, we have a whole video about that. Go check it out. That's it. Like, subscribe, share, all those good things. You guys, the channel is growing so amazing. The family is growing. We're loving it. Keep spreading the word. Art and I have 2 more videos going below me right now. But Art and I will see you soon. Until then, we leave you like we always do. # keep on cooking. Mad love and peace.